So before I begin, I just want to acknowledge that this is fairly old news, about a week old in fact, so I'm not here so much to tell you the news as I am to give you my opinion on it. So, yes, you read the title right. There will be no Jedi or Sith in Rian Johnson's new trilogy. A lot of people aren't taking this very well. They say that he shouldn't even call it Star Wars, that he should go make his own movie that takes place in his own galaxy. But I think this is a bit of an overreaction, and here's why. First of all, the Jedi and Sith are far from the only organizations in canon who can use the Force. We have so many others, including the Guardians of the Whills, the Church of the Force, the Inquisitors, the Knights of Ren, Snoke himself, and the Ones. Some of those even have lightsabers. In fact, here's a little known piece of trivia. There were no Jedi or Sith in The Force Awakens. I know it's a bold claim, so let me back it up by taking a look at the cast of characters real quick. We have Rey, a random scavenger who happened to find a lightsaber, Kylo Ren, master of the Knights of Ren, but pretty definitively shown not to be a Sith, Snoke, a powerful Darksider, but with no allegiances really except to himself. Even his loyalty to the First Order is kind of shaky. Leia was powerful, but she chose to be a politician and not a warrior. And finally Luke, who is commonly called the Last Jedi, but as we found out in Episode 8, he cut himself off from the Force and withdrew from his life as a Jedi. And that movie still had the classic Star Wars feel. J.J. Abrams tried very, very hard to make sure it had that feel, and it even had a lightsaber duel. Granted, it wasn't a great one, but Rian Johnson, remember, was the one who gave us that throne room battle, so he knows how to choreograph a fight. Basically, I'm just excited to expand the horizons. Storytelling in canon so far is fairly bland. It's all pretty copy-paste. Everything feels like everything else, and the point of this trilogy, the entire point of it, is to buck that tradition. The thing is, Rian Johnson's just not afraid of the fans. He has big plans, and he's not going to let them get in the way of fulfilling them. It's a trait George Lucas shared, and it took 10 years, but people finally appreciate what he did with the prequels. J.J. Abrams, on the other hand, seems to be petrified of us because he insists on giving us safe, almost boring movies that we'll enjoy but really have no meat to them. Rian Johnson isn't content doing that. He's going to tell the story he's going to tell. And if telling the best story he possibly can means stepping on a few toes, well then, he's going to do what he has to do. That just means that his trilogy is going to be the best it can possibly be. To wrap this video up, I just want to say that this trilogy is going to be something special because even in a galaxy as big as the one Star Wars takes place in, there's not much creativity going on right now. And as big as the galaxy is, the Force is bigger. To think that only two factions are allowed to use it is just wrong. Rian Johnson wants this trilogy to break new ground in every way possible, and all I know is this: the future may be controversial, but it is bright.